This video picks up with question number 41 on 3B7, dealing with this diagram right here. We can see in the nucleus of this diagram that there are 17 protons and 18 neutrons for a total of 35 particles in the nucleus, or nucleons. Nucleons are the protons and neutrons in the nucleus. Which of these numbers tells us what the element is? Number 17. 17 protons does. So this is atomic number 17. So who is this element in the picture? Number 17 is chlorine. Number 17 is chlorine. There are 35 nucleons. So the mass number is 35. Now, this very first question is asking us what the if the charge is 1 minus. It says the atom drawn here has a charge of 1 minus. 1 minus means there should be one more negative particle or electron going around the nucleus than there are protons in the nucleus. So this one has 2 on the first level. That's all it holds. This one has 8 on the next level. That's all it holds. So on the first and second level, there are 2 plus 8 is 10. And on the third level, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, and 2 is 18. So this thing has 18 negatives and 17 positives. It has one more negative, then positive. So yes, its charge is 1 minus. And in fact, we know that this is chlorine already, but it is chlorine 1 minus, so that is the chloride ion. That is the chloride ion. There is one more negatives than positives. It is the chloride ion. And it's easy to tell. Chlorine would want one more electron to become like argon. They're all trying to get stable like the noble gases. If we look on our periodic table of ions, there's the chloride ion right there. It does want to become 1 minus because chlorine starts with, let's see, normally it would start with 7 in its outermost level. That's why there's a Roman 7 there. Normally it would start with 7. That Roman numeral is telling you how many it starts with in its outermost level. So chlorine starts normally with 7 in its outermost level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But since it's 1 minus, it picked one more up to fill up that outer level. It put 8 in that outermost level, which satisfies the octet rule. Whoa, next question, 43. Does it satisfy the octet rule? Yes, it has 8 in its outermost level. That satisfies the octet rule. Number 42, the hyphen notation representing this diagram. I think I skipped 42. The hyphen notation would be chlorine hyphen 17. Hyphen notation gives us the mass number. When you use hyphen notation, they're assuming you have a periodic table. When you have a periodic table, you can always look up the atomic number. Here's a periodic table of ions. There's an atomic number. Here's a regular periodic table. There's the atomic number. When you use hyphen notation, they wouldn't tell you the atomic number because they assume you have a periodic table. So they're telling us the atomic number is 17. No, we don't need to know that. We have a periodic table to tell us that. What hyphen notation is telling you is how many particles this thing has in the nucleus. 17 and 18, it should be a 35 there. We already did 43. It is satisfying the octet rule because it has 8 in the outermost level. The atom in the diagram above has the same number of electrons as argon. We already did that. Yes, argon has 18 electrons. There's argon's picture of argon snapshot right off the periodic table. It has 18 for its atomic number, so it has 18 protons, which means it has 18 electrons. And in the diagram they put 18 electrons. That's true. The nuclear symbol format for this thing is this thing right here, 35, 18, argon. No. The 35 is correct. The mass number is 35. In nuclear symbol format, they put the mass number in the upper left-hand corner. 17 and 18 is 35. 35 particles in the nucleus. But they do not put the number of neutrons in the lower left-hand corner, 18, and they don't, because who cares how many neutrons it has? Different atoms can have different numbers of neutrons. And they didn't tell us how many electrons. They don't tell you how many electrons. That 18 could be the number of electrons. They don't tell you how many electrons they have. In the lower left, they tell you how many protons there is. Atomic number. The atomic number 17. It should look like this, 17 and 35. Plus, we know this thing is charged 1 minus. When it's charged, you have to put that on the nuclear symbol format. This one didn't even have a charge. It had the wrong symbol, it had the wrong number here, and it had no charge. It should be Cl minus. This is the correct symbol. This one's wrong. This one's wrong. All right. The next questions. A cation has a charge of 2+. Cation, cats, positive. Cats have paws, so they're positive. Cation has a charge of 2+, and they're telling you it has 36 electrons. So it's 2+, and it has 36 negatives. And they're telling you the mass number is 88. All right. What do we know? Well, if it has 36 electrons, let's put them there. There's 36 electrons. If it's 2+ charge, there are 2 more protons than electrons. So it has 36 protons to offset these 36 electrons. There's 2 protons, 2 extra protons. So if it has 36 negatives and it's 2+, it must have 2 more positives than the 36 negatives. That means it must have 38 protons. 38 positives, 36 negatives would leave it 2+. This 3 right here should actually be a 2. That's a typo. There should be a 2 inside there. So does it have 38 protons? Absolutely. 36 and 2 is 38. The cation has 52 neutrons. Well, let's find out. Its mass number is 88. We know that. Its mass number is 88. So it has 88 for its mass number. We established up here that there must be 38 protons. 88 minus 38, it should have 50 neutrons, not 52. That's false. The cation has the same number of protons and electrons as the noble gas krypton. Well, we know it's going to be false, because if it had the same number of protons, it would be krypton. This thing is not krypton. How do I know it's not krypton? Because it has 38 protons. Who has 38 protons? Strontium has 38 protons. This thing's strontium, not krypton. Now, it could have the same number of electrons as krypton, and it does. 36 electrons is what it has. Krypton has 36 electrons. We said that this thing was 2+, so strontium starts out with 38 electrons, and it lost 2 electrons to have 36 electrons. So it couldn't have the same number of protons as krypton, or it would be krypton. All right, it has 88 nucleons. That's true. Nucleons are protons and neutrons in the nucleus. That is given to us by mass number, and the mass number is 88, as it says right up here. The mass number is 88. It has 88 nucleons. Number 50, the nuclear symbol for this cation is 8836. Well, it can't have a 36 right there, first of all, because we know the mass number is 38. The mass number is 38, not 36. So, does radium, Ra is radium, does radium even have a mass number of 36? Let's take a look at the periodic table. What is radium's mass number? Radium's mass, or what is radium's atomic number? Radium has an atomic number of 88, not 36. This radium, first of all, would have an 88 there. What kind of numbers could we expect to see in the upper left-hand corner? If you look here, radium, we would expect to see like 226, 227, 228 in the upper left-hand corner for its mass number. So radium's nuclear symbol should look something like 22688, not 8836. We already established that it has 38 protons, so that 38 should be there. If we look on the periodic table, strontium has an atomic number of 38. That is there. The mass number is 88. That should be there. They told us up here that it is 2+, so we should have a 2+ here. This one is the correct nuclear symbol. All right, in our next video, we will pick up with question 51, and we will proceed. Maybe it'll be our last video. Maybe the next one is the last one. We'll see. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask in person.